Chrisley Knows Best alum Lindsie Chrisley is best known as the eldest daughter of real estate developer and master of snark Todd Chrisley. But although Lindsie has since moved on from the show, she can't seem to shake the family penchant for controversy. This is the untold truth of Lindsie Chrisley.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Chrisley is an 11.
A disappointing marriage. Although Lindsie might seem like a goody two-shoes, she hasn't always lived life on the straight and narrow. In fact, Lindsie married her boyfriend, Will Campbell, behind her dad's back. Campbell didn't even bother to reach out to Todd before eloping with Lindsie in January 2012. As one might expect, the hush-hush nuptials didn't sit well with Todd, who prides himself on his parenting. He told E! News,
"I had a problem with the way the marriage started, not only just on Will's side, but on my daughter's side as well."
Todd continued,
A father has in his dreams when he has a child. A young man's going to come and knock on the door one day and say, "Mr. Chrisley, I love your daughter so much and may I have her hand in marriage?"
Todd says that never happened. Trouble after baby. It's not uncommon for couples to struggle in their relationship following the birth of a child, something Lindsie is all too familiar with. In a brief essay about parenting for Today, Lindsie admitted to neglecting her marriage after Jackson was born in 2013. She revealed, "I feel like for a while your marriage changes, for me at least. I fell so in love with Jackson that I almost neglected my marriage in a way, not on purpose, but out of the newness in our schedule and us making Jackson our first priority."
When Mommy was little, Papa never let her jump on the bed.
Why?
Well, because I thought it was heathens that did that.
Interestingly enough, the couple also argued a lot about Jackson's eating habits. Lindsie shared, "One element of our lifestyle that I refuse to budge on at all is diet. Almost everything that Jackson eats is organic. I've been in many arguments with his daddy over this." An on and off marriage. Lindsie filed for divorce from Will in August 2016, saying they had grown apart.
Things weren't working out with Will and I, so we decided to separate. We both still really love each other, but we felt like the best thing to do was figure ourselves out.
Lindsie said in a statement to People at the time, "He was my first love. We got together when we were 19 years old, and over time we grew separately in different directions instead of together. I just don't feel that relationship gives me what I need anymore. I've outgrown the relationship." Lindsie went on to emphasize the two would remain friends for their son Jackson, and she vowed to love Will forever. And it turns out Lindsie wasn't lying about that last part. She reconciled with Will in January 2018. A friend revealed to Radar Online, when it came time for mediation for their divorce, the two of them canceled it twice. That's when they realized they were still meant to be together, and she withdrew the divorce papers this past summer. These days, the two are stronger than ever. An insider told the site, "They have worked out their issues and live together with their son outside of Atlanta. They are best friends and love each other very, very much. Anyone who knows them knows this." Calling it quits on the show. When Lindsie left Chrisley Knows Best at the end of Season 5, there was a lot of speculation on why she pieced out on the big paychecks and free publicity.
Parents who hover create kids that have to be sneaky and do things behind their parents' back.
But darling, sneak is in y'all's DNA.
Although it's fair to assume Lindsie's decision was motivated by filming logistics, since she lives in Georgia while the series is filmed in Nashville, Tennessee, a production insider claims the blame lands squarely on Todd.
Now we're gonna have nothing but quality family time.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Apparently, Todd was dead set on using Lindsie's divorce as a plot device in the show, something she didn't appreciate. The source alleged to Radar Online, Todd used Lindsie's heartache for a storyline, and he did not care either way how she felt about it. In the end, it ruined his relationship with his daughter. Lindsie probably wouldn't want her son to witness her marital strife unfold on national television. And she's a pretty private person overall. But the most compelling piece of evidence might be Lindsie's social media accounts, where it appears she scrubbed any evidence that she once starred on Chrisley Knows Best. We don't know about you, but we smell some burnt bridges. Setting her priorities straight. Out of all the Chrisley children, Lindsie is arguably the most grounded of them all. Just ask Lindsie's biological mother, Teresa Terry, who doesn't think Todd's money and fame will change her daughter in the long run.
The people that help in this house the most is the ones that's gonna benefit when I'm rotting in the ground.
You've been saying that my whole life, and you still here.
Teresa told the Daily Mail, "I think Lindsie will always be okay. She's got a good head on her." But if you want further proof Lindsie isn't easily swayed by her family's recent riches, just take a look at her life post Chrisley Knows Best. Instead of securing a spin-off show or some other high-profile project, Lindsie opted to start the parenting-centric podcast Coffee Convos with Teen Mom 2 star Kaylin Lowry.
This is our podcast laundry basket, if anybody's wondering.
Zoom in nice and tight.
The venture is almost completely behind the scenes for Lindsie, and it allows her to spend plenty of time with her son, Jackson. Of course, it's always possible Lindsie will find her way back to the limelight one day. Fame can be tempting after all. The reality off camera. In the early seasons of Chrisley Knows Best, Todd made it his mission to present a strong and loving family unit for viewers. But the truth is, the Chrisleys are far from perfect, especially when it comes to Julie's relationship with Lindsie.
Crazy does not begin to describe the Chrisley family. Our family's not normal.
A perfect example of this is when Julie snubbed Lindsie and her younger brother, Kyle, on Father's Day 2018. A slight that didn't go unnoticed by fans. To sum up the drama, Julie posted a sweet Father's Day message on Instagram featuring pictures of Todd with her biological children, Chase, Grayson, and Savannah. She captioned it, "Happy Father's Day to you, Todd Chrisley. From the first day I met you, you made it clear to me that you were a father first and foremost, and I respected you then and so much more today. Thank you for being an amazing father to our children." Although the post might seem innocent and sweet on the surface, it's a bit strange Julie didn't think to include Lindsie or Kyle. Plus, let's not forget Julie adopted Lindsie years before that particular Father's Day. An insider dished to Radar Online about the odd situation, saying, "All she ever really wanted was her perfect family with Todd, Savannah, Chase, and Grayson. She pushed Lindsie away, and she also was a big reason why Kyle left the show in the beginning." Trouble with her brother. Some fans might remember Kyle, Todd's eldest son, as being a bit troubled on the show.
You are a walking ad for why not to use drugs.
In the first season of Chrisley Knows Best, Kyle's drug addiction issues came to light, and he eventually was fired from the show following a big fight with Todd in 2013. Todd, who claims Kyle is bipolar, said of the blow-up in an interview with E! News, "I didn't kick Kyle off the show. He refused to take his medication. He was hostile to the crew, he was hostile to other people on the show, and you can't have that." Kyle countered his father's claims by labeling him a snake in a sit-down with the Daily Mail, saying, "My dad is all about control. He's vindictive and manipulative. He's a snake, and if there's a snake in the grass, you don't know. But hell, it'll bite you when you go by." Unfortunately, it sounds like the fight trickled down into Kyle's other relationships, because he doesn't talk to anyone in his family anymore, including Lindsie. He explained to Radar Online, "I do not talk to my family, but I wish them nothing but the best. I have moved on with my life. I am just going to be the best father and husband that I can be." Fingers crossed these siblings can reconnect one day and get to know each other once again.